a lot of times you are not going to be able to hide how you feel through your eyes.
The co-founder of Guns Down, Gloves Up, the founder of Gladiators of Success. Give it up for my man, Andre Thomas.
Alright, so my name is Andre Thomas. As my cousin just said, I'm the founder of Gladiators of Success, a nonprofit entity in the state of Maryland. But we move in the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We For Us is really just supposed to be something for ex-offenders, because when an ex-offender comes or a returning citizen comes out into the workforce, they are a prisoner that's made to fight. They made to fight for their right to live. They made to fight for their right to thrive. They here to fight for their right to exist in a society that pretty much said that they had to go spend time behind bars and had a freedom relinquished. So I pretty much just walk in my purpose. That's what I do. I do a lot of different things. I can say I'm the CEO of this. I own real estate and all this other stuff. But at the core, all that, because people like to hide behind titles. I walk in my purpose. You know what I'm saying? My purpose is to help as many people as I can that I can relate to. You know, that's definitely my people, but that's anybody that's been through any type of struggle, turmoil, anybody that's been thinking about taking a chance to do something that might have cost them their freedom, anybody that has taken a chance and all they need is a second chance. You know what I mean? How many people just wish they could just get a second chance? Like, you messed up, you're not perfect, ain't nobody perfect under the sun, but you just wish you could just get a second chance. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So we gonna make sure that, you know, everybody that's actually willing and able is given a second chance. But as I was sitting here helping the youth, helping returning citizens, it occurred to me that a lot of returning citizens, you can take them to water, but you can't make them. You can take them to water, but you can't make them. So what that means is, you know, they have to decide to make that move themselves. So you can say, oh man, what's up, Slam? I got a new job at Pepco for you. I got this for you, I got that, I got housing, I own a real estate property, you can come stay in the property, you can do property management and work off your rent, so you ain't even paying no rent. You can do all of that, and they may not show up to the job site. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to help somebody, you can't just throw them away. Because if you throw them away, you know they're going right back to that revolving door. So you dig a little deeper and you find out, okay, what is it about this person that is enabling him to self-destruct like this? And that's why I want to talk about something that I don't think is talked about enough in our community, which is mental health awareness, and more specifically, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is really your self-awareness coinciding with your emotions and then how others perceive you. So it's very, very, very important that you have a hold on your emotional intelligence, that you have a strong emotional intelligence. If you don't have a strong emotional intelligence, you absolutely have to work on it. About 90% of high emotionally intelligent people are also successful. 90%. So it's a 10% chance that you can have a low EQ and be successful, but that's slim to none. That's like a shot in the dark. We don't want that, because we already got enough against us already with a system that really doesn't want to see a lot of people that's coming from the bottom come up to the top. So you want to give yourself the best chance to be successful, you got to get a handle on your emotional EQ. It's 4 types, it's 4 different sectors of emotional EQ that I want to talk about. It's self-awareness, it's social awareness, and then it's social interaction, and it's relationship management. I believe that, you know, a lot of the gun violence that has happened, you know, if it's not financial literacy, if it's not, you know, credit building, if it's not just because of the money, is, you know, we either beefing. Of course, we got the ring for that. But a lot of times, you haven't asked yourself, why is it that I feel the way that I feel? Why is it that every time this person tries to tell me something, this mentor tries to tell me something, I'm blacking out on him? You know what I mean? A lot of us are in a hypnotic rhythm of doing things, and we don't understand that you dealing with past traumas that your body and mind has not forgot about. So as long as you keep ignoring it, the more it's gonna be like, hey, I'm here. You ain't gonna say nothing? All right, I'm gonna get bigger. And I'll show up in the middle of a management meeting. You know, there are a lot of childs out here without fathers. There can be something to learn from somebody that is having a meeting with another man. The man is trying to tell him something, you know, but they may be getting frustrated and they black out on him. Why? Because you're not my father. You can't tell me anything. You can't tell me shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, you know, that's what we deal with, especially in our community. That loss or that absence of a father, or that trauma that comes from gun violence, or that trauma that comes from being in poverty for so long, it makes you more at risk to those adverse habits that will get you in jail or that will lose your life. Who can tell me a couple of things in life that would be positively affected or negatively affected with emotional intelligence? Relationships, that's a major one. Lack of self-care. Okay, I take it even one further. You can go self-pity. You know what I'm saying? You can go self-destruction. Lack of empathy. You know? All of these things, those are very, very great points. But all of these things, there's almost no facet or no profession that will not be affected by emotional EQ. Self-awareness is to know yourself as you really are. Not what you think you are, not what Instagram think you are, not what you putting up there as a front, how you really are. I don't know why people get up in front of people, they talking to people, they think they not gonna see who you are, bro. We can see you right there. You right there. We know who you are. We can see in your mannerisms. We can see if you being honest or truthful, or if you're not. We can pick up on those type of things. When he wasn't born yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people try to hide behind certain things and they mark their emotions as good or bad. But when you mark your emotions as bad, you know, sometimes you try to hide it from the world, you shun it, and when you shun it, you're not addressing it. You're actually making it bigger than what it really is. A lot of times people don't realize that, you know, your brain works instinctively off of your emotions first. It works instinctively off your emotions first. You feel before you think and comprehend what it is. You know what I mean? So what happens is the connection between your brain, between how you feel and logic, within that little space is, within those connections is emotional EQ. A lot of times we react off of pure emotion, even if it's subconscious, but we're not really aware of what's going on. Self-management is managing your hardwired emotional reactions and understanding what's going on beneath the surface. So you gotta ask yourself every once in a while, you know, why? Some people say, I got anxiety, I can't talk, you know, out. When I'm out with people, I just can't talk. Like I can't talk to people. Have you ever asked yourself why that is? You know what I mean? Those type of things, like we imply that certain things are law. But it's like, okay, if they are law, if that is your truth, why is it your truth? Everything that is truth there's a demonstration or explanation behind it. So if that's your truth, you need to figure out why that's your truth. And you have to not only be accountable for how you feel, but also in your interactions be accountable for other people too. And this may save you. A lot of times your eyes or someone's eyes are peepholes to their soul. A lot of times you're not gonna be able to hide how you feel through your eyes. A lot of times people will look in your eyes, they know you're gonna say, are you sad? Are you this? Are you this? So when you're navigating out here and you're being accountable for your emotions and you feel something, you feel like a certain type of energy in the air, or you think somebody might not mean you any good, always look at their eyes. Always look at their body language. Always look at their mannerisms, because that's a part of emotional EQ as well. We need to stop focusing so much on money. We got to focus more on social awareness and our networking. Our people are God-given. That's what we need to focus on. If you can build with the right people, the amount of money you can make, the amount of happiness you can have is endless. You will literally be in heaven on earth. But you got to be accountable for your emotional intelligence and the energy around you.
100, man. Everybody give Dre a round of applause, man.